All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Israel, the mod coming up at you with this video through the spirit and power y'all by shooting outside. It's going to be a quick lesson. All right, it's going to be titled Neither Jew nor Greek, man. All right, there's a lot of Israelites, all right, mainly of the Christian faith, right? They believe that the Gentiles in the New Testament are actual Gentiles or heathens or other nations, right? And I'm gonna put a couple precepts, and I might make this into a little short series to prove that the Gentiles in the New Testament, right, the Greeks, are actually Israelites, right? So this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 2. It's kind of raining outside. We had a damn heat wave, man. It's been burning up, man. But it's 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. It says, for you know that ye were Gentiles, right? Carried away into these dumb idols, even as ye were led, right? So the Israelites were heavy into idolatry, right? So it said ye were Gentiles, right? Carried away into these dumb idols, right? Now we go to the book of Daniel. Book of Daniel, right, chapter 9. And I want to show you how when Israelites go off and sin, right, it can actually cause the Most High to not recognize you, man. Right? This is the book of Daniel. We start from verse 7. This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. It say, O Yahweh, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel that were near, and that are far off, through all the countries where the thou hast driven them, because of their trespasses because of the trespass that they have trespassed against thee, right? So now it belongs to a confusion of face, and that still goes on today, right? There belongs to us a confusion of face, right? Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So the Most High, right, hid his face from us, right? And we read in Isaiah 59 and 2, right? Us breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, right? It brings us a confusion of face, meaning that the Most High will not recognize us, man, right? We will be living like the heathen, right? This is Daniel 9 and 8. It say, O Yahweh, to us belong confusions of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee, right? So there belongs a confusion of face, right? Which our sins make us not unrecognizable, right? Now the Most High sees us as Gentiles, sees us as heathens, sees us as other nations, right? Now we are strangers, right, to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And that's how Israelites became Gentiles, man. Right, so that's how we became Gentiles, right? Going back to verse 9, it says, to the Lord our power belongeth mercies and forgiveness, but we have rebelled against thee. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Yahweh our power to walk in his laws, which he hath set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, Salakia, and the other that is written in the law of Moses, in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him, right? So the Lord gave us a confusion of face, right? Because we were disobedient to Yahweh Bashim, right? And now I'll go back to 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 2. Right? And it say, "Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away into these dumb idols, even as ye would live." Right? So we were once Gentiles. Right? You still have Gentiles, Israelite Gentiles walking around this day. You got people believing they're Christian, they're Baptist. Our people believe in Buddhism. They believe in being a Muslim. They believe in Catholicism. Right? They believe that they're Americans. They're African Americans. Right? So our people steady walking around here thinking that they're Gentiles, man. Right? And I'm gonna continue to prove that the Israelites are the Gentiles that Paul, not only Paul, Peter, right? Not only Peter, but Yahweh Shah, right? That Yahweh Shah, he is the Gentile that was spoken, that was spoken of. That's who Paul went to, right? Because if you go to Romans, Romans chapter 10, verse 1, right? So Paul was the apostles of the Gentiles, right? And many of you don't understand what that's talking about, right? It's Romans chapter 10, verse 1. They say, "Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel that," the brother in my heart desire prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. They didn't say Gentiles. They didn't say that the whole world or the whole nation, all nations can be saved. He said his prayer, his heart desire, man, is that Israel should be saved. Right? Even Paul said in Romans chapter 11, it says, "Say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid, for I also am an Israelite, from the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." Right? Paul was an Israelite, man. And he professed that. Right? Let's get 1 Corinthians, maybe 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, and verse number 22. Right, this is what Paul said. It say, "Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I." All right? So it's to the Israelites. Right? When you read the 1 Corinthians, the first chapter of Corinthians, you read the first chapter in Romans, you read the first chapter to Galatians, right? Paul explains in each of his letters who are the saints, man. Right? Who are the Israelites? Right? Who is he writing to? He always explained that, man. He's always writing to the saints that was at these churches, right? And according to Psalms 50 and 5, right? Psalms 148 and 14, right? In Exodus 24th chapter, proves that the Israelites are the saints, man. Right? But this is going to be part one of me proving that the Israelites, right, or the Gentiles that's speaking of in the New Testament are Israelites, man. We got to stop this, man. And how many times brothers have explained this, right? Just because they said the word Gentile, right? And we go into the word Gentile in the Zondervan Compact Dictionary, it say usually, right? Usually means a non-Jew or non-Israelite. That means that just because they say the word Gentile, it does not mean that it's talking about an actual Gentile, right? So when something say usually, that means it's not always talking about what it's talking about, right? So we got 1 Corinthians 12 and 2, right, and Daniel 9 and 8, man, right? And Lord willing, the next video, we're going to be breaking down the book of Galatians chapter 3, verse 28, man. Right, neither Jew nor Greek. We're going to prove who are the Greeks. Right? So I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Shalom.